Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It's Monday, November 23rd. That was Nelly performing his throwback hit, Country Grammar, at the American Music Awards last night. Can you believe that song is 20 years old? Wow. Woo!
That's scary.
That's scary. Before we start, I'm here with my friends Al and Steph.
What's up, brother? How you feeling?
Happy Monday. Good, man.
Yeah.
After I saw little Nelly, but I feel a little old now.
You know, oh, no, but you know what? Everyone makes fun of Dancing with the Stars, and that's what it gets you, an opening at the AMAs. So
ooh, good. I never made that connection.
Really?
Keeping yourself relevant and like in the public eye.
So a song that's 20 years old just made the AMAs. many moons later. So
Thank you, Dancing with the Stars.
there you go.
All right, there you go. There's been no shortage of award shows during the pandemic, and last night the AMAs put on another socially distant event. Host Taraji P. Henson proved she's more than just an actress by holding her own with a bunch of backup dancers during the opening number. That's tough. That's tough there. Speaking of Dancing with the Stars, most of the Microsoft Theater in LA was empty except for a small group of fans in the balcony who were all tested, by the way, for COVID, and they were wearing masks. Now, Megan Thee Stallion picked up an award and performed her new single, Body, for the first time. This is the part that we could show you on daytime TV.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't even know if we can show that.
And Taylor Swift won Artist of the Year and gave her speech remotely from her studio, where she said she's re-recording all of her old music. Obviously, a little shout out to Scooter Braun there, you think?
Yeah. He already sold the masters, though, right? So
300 million.
This is what confuses me. So if she re-records it and someone else has bought the old stuff, that means she's got the rights to the new version of the old song.
I believe that's how it
guess.
works, right?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mind.
But now I guess she
is.
can put those songs on her anthologies and stuff like that. So now
Yeah.
she has access to those songs. Isn't that crazy? You didn't know
It is
your own
crazy
stuff?
because
Wild.
I think it gets a little too technical for us to understand, because wouldn't you, if you own the music and the word, like the vocals and stuff, how could you just re-record it and then you own that again, right?
It's mad, I know. Well,
Yeah, well, we took that down a road. We don't know what we're talking about.
I'm telling you what, Megan Thee Stallion looked amazing, and you know, that small little snippet, thought it was rather tasty, thought she brought it, and to say that she had a foot shot at a few months ago, I mean, she's killing it. Look at her go.
Look at her go.
Look at her. I'm here for it.
I think our show's getting a little Bieber fatigue because he performed as well, and no mention of the Biebs.
Oh, you gutted.
I am gutted, but I thought he did a good job, so there you go. I just stuck him in the show.
There, you can't stop the beats.
That's right. What's an award show without fashion? But this year's a little different. So, Steph, why don't you break it down for us?
Well, Jeff, it was an unusual night for fashion, but here are some of the looks that really stood out. So take a look. Jennifer Lopez is getting a lot of attention for the black bodysuit that she wore during her performance. Saucy. But many people on social media were quick to point out that everything from the wet hair to the lighting looked very similar to Beyonce's 2014 Grammy performance with Jay-Z. I can't say that they're wrong.
Wow.
And one person who didn't have to worry about being called out for her wet hair was host Taraji P. Henson, who walked the red carpet in this glittery mini dress and a turban. Very nice. And finally, the look of the night has to go to The Weeknd for his full face wrap. Not to worry, he wasn't banged up in real life, so this was a reference to his Blinding Lights video where he got into a fight in a bar. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm sick of seeing it. We've all moved on from that song now.
Yeah, it seems like it
moved
keeps
on.
coming back.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
With Blinding Lights was a fair long time ago, so he needs to move on.
And we cover it on the show, so we know what he does that for all the award shows,
I know,
right?
but
He
why?
dresses up like he's an accent. But I still think some people don't know that, and they're like, what happened to The Weeknd? And it gets him, look, we're talking about him, right?
I guess so. I'm just like, can you not think of anything else? Like, do a Gaga, turn up in meat, do something.
Turn up in meat.
I mean, I wanted something else.
Let's go back to that J-Lo thing for a second, though.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
listen, just because one line was vertical and one was horizontal, you think that was like a suggestion? Like,
And
this looks a
even,
lot like Beyonce's thing. Well,
Even
make
the
the lines.
hair, even the hair, like look at her hair and it's like kind of a bit wet and short. Look, even that's the same, the outfit.
Steph, when I was looking at that picture, I was like, why are we showing side-to-side pictures of J-Lo? I didn't even realize that's how.
I'm surprised because I'm a big fan. I love both of these women. They are like powerhouses of music. They're both incredible. But I'm actually a bit surprised at J-Lo. But I know she puts a lot of effort and thought. And when you watch some of her like Instagram, YouTube videos where she goes behind the scenes of the Super Bowl and other major performances, she brings it. So I think a choreographer or someone here has got a bit to answer for.
Yeah, I mean, when you got that much of an entourage and people around you, somebody's got to know that Beyonce did the exact same thing a couple years earlier,
I
right?
know.
Yeah. I mean, Steph, you're a fashion guru. If Beyonce won the same dress 4 years ago, somebody would have noticed and be like, hey, you can't wear that. So, I mean, doing an entire performance that almost mimics that, I just thought that was weird.
It's like the hair, the makeup, the lighting, the outfit. I mean, unless she said, you know, I love Beyonce, and this is like a homage to her. But, honey.
Beyonce should show up at the next award show with that green dress, you know?
Oh, like, that'd be dope.
That would be like, what?
Yeah, no, she'd do it Mariah. Who is she? Like, Mariah's always like, J-Lo. Who is she? I don't know her. Then Beyonce will be now saying that about J-Lo, so she's caused a bit of beef.
All right. I don't know what I was smelling. All right, our sitcom's a dying breed. Fresh Prince star Alfonso Ribeiro seems to think so. During an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Alfonso said traditional multi-camera sitcoms like The Fresh Prince are going away because many actors are afraid to perform in front of a live audience. Al, I want to get your take being a comedian. He says when he was on the show, he loved the energy he got from the live audience, but today he thinks a lot of actors can't give their best performance in front of people. That's some shade too.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Jeff, I'm going to take what you're saying to me about being a stand-up comic and throw it back at you guys. It took us a second to get used to just there being no people in this room, because you would say something funny or controversial and you would hear people editing and work and go, ooh, or laugh or something. So it's weird when it's just your voice projecting and there's nothing there. But I mean, I guess when you're an actor, you can at least say if something didn't get a laugh, you'd be like, hey, I ain't write it. You know, so I don't know. I definitely know stand-up suffered.
But you get an energy, you get a high when you go out on that stage in front of a live audience, whether it be comedians or if you're just filming a sitcom.
I mean, definitely. I mean, we're seeing it with the NFL now, and even I see a lot of comics doing parking lot shows, which I've done. Some that do the larger venues do it where people are in their car flashing their lights and waving their windshield wipers, but it doesn't really work. You need people laughing in a tight, weird, dark area. It's so, I don't know what it is about stand-up. It just like it grows like weird plants. You need a dark, dank basement. Once it's too nice, it doesn't work.
Steph, do you feed off of like a crowd if there's more people?
No, definitely. Like, I think even on our show, on like when I do What Up Wednesday or Fashion Fix Friday, I used to love it when we were surrounded by people and everyone would be like either laughing or saying, oh no, what has she just said? Are we still on air?
Or yelling things in the background.
Yeah,
We used to do that.
I love it. So I think it's a shame.
It gives you a little energy. We've unfortunately never shot our show in front of a live studio audience.
I think we would be fantastic in front of a live audience. I reckon they'd really get into it.
Yeah, we'll do that someday. Vaccine's coming, and we're going to mark that down.
All right, I like it. I like your attitude. All right, coming up on DBL, reality TV star Julie Chrisley is bringing her mouth-watering Southern cooking to DBL. Ooh. She's got a killer mac and cheese recipe. I interviewed her. It looks delicious. And a new Irish rom-com is getting flack for featuring phony Irish accents. You know Steph's going to try out her American accent.
I can't wait.
Closed captioning provided.
Welcome back to DBL. Christopher Walken is being blasted on social media over his questionable Irish accent in the new movie Wild Mountain Thyme. You be the judge.
It's not normal.
I don't care.
You take after John Kelly, and that man was mad as the full moon. Drowned himself.
He fell in.
He had a rock tied to his neck.
Oh, now, listen, Christopher Walken's voice is so distinctive that to try to put an accent on top of the accent he already has, it was a struggle. It was a struggle to say the least.
Did it, Steph? You're making a face.
Awful. I mean, I can do an Irish accent, but he was really awful.
Ooh, that was good.
It was awful. People
Yours was
will
pretty
slate
good.
me. They'll slate me, so you should.
Do you know, I mean, listen, I don't want to bash Christopher Walken. We'll do our best Walken later, but does anything ring a bell for you, like bad actors that drop their accents?
So I tell you who I don't like. I love her as an actress, brilliant actress, Natalie Portman, beautiful, Black Swan, fantastic, but in V for Vendetta, she made me want to rip my ears out. Worst British accent I've ever heard.
How about you?
I'm actually gonna, as the native cynic, I'm gonna go with something that was really good. Idris Elba and Dominic West in The Wire, both English actors that not only played Americans, they were in Baltimore. Baltimore is a different accent than DC, and it's so hard to get that they use local Baltimore people for extras because it's so hard to duplicate. So for them to pull that off, amazing.
Wow, you're giving props.
Yeah.
You're giving props.
What about you, man?
You guys ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
I did.
Charlie Hunnam? Well, he's an English actor. He's from Britain as well. But he would drop his American sometimes like towards the end years, and they were just like, I think that's good. We got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd hear like English in there, but it was still a great show. It doesn't like take away from their performance or anything.
You should try and do like the close to this block in an English accent, because I know you make fun of my accent all the time.
But
You do, Jeff.
I feel
He
like
just kind of shouts.
yeah. What part of England is that from? Hello, Stephanie. Top of the morning to you.
Every single day, and I'm like, how does Steph still work here?
Every day. He goes, hello, Steph.
How about you try an American accent? Could you do that?
I'm really bad. The only one I can really do is like a Valley girl, like totally coming up in DBL. I'm just reading Jeff's lines because I really don't know what to say, and I'm not gonna. Julie Christie knows the way to her husband's heart through his tummy. Oh my God.
Hold on, wait. Al's got to read the rest in an English accent.
Go.
She's sharing her family recipe for Thanksgiving mac and cheese next. How was that? Steph, did I pass?
That was exactly what we were looking for. Beautiful. Well done. Hey, happy birthday to Steve. Welcome back to DBL. Thanksgiving is around the corner, and reality TV star Julie Chrisley has the perfect Southern addition to your menu. Earlier, she shared her mac and cheese recipe in our DBL Spotlight. Julie Chrisley, welcome to DBL. Do you have any famous Chrisley story memories that you could share with us?
Well, you know what? We have mishaps in our house every day. But I will tell you, and I don't know if it was my first or second Thanksgiving that Todd and I were together, I decided I was going to host Thanksgiving dinner. So my mother-in-law gives me her recipe for the turkey. I follow the recipe to the T. So she tells me to put it in like late at night. You cook it all night. When you get up in the next morning, your turkey's done. So I wake up super early on Thanksgiving. I go downstairs. There's a carcass in my oven, and that's it. It has burned every ounce of meat off of the bone, and I have nothing left. I mean, I was in tears.
Ooh, that sounds like the turkey from Christmas Vacation when he cuts it open and just... Now, if you know me, Julie, I love the holidays and I love Thanksgiving, and food is tied to so many wonderful family memories, at least for me. So it's all about the side dishes around Thanksgiving time, and I see you already got something on the table there. What's your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Well, I have many Thanksgiving sides, but my family's favorite is the homemade mac and cheese, and that's what I'm preparing for you today. I started with a box of large elbow noodles, and I think a lot of people put too many noodles, which causes their macaroni and cheese to be dry. So I'm adding the cheese, and then I have my milk mixture, which is whole milk. It's half and half, and it's a can of evaporated milk. And then I've whisked in 2 eggs. So that kind of helps to keep everything together. The idea is when you finish this off that you can see that milk mixture at the top. That's when you kind of know that you have enough of it. I wanted you to make sure and see this.
Julie, I'm a little bit of a fancy boy. So what if I wanted to throw a little lobster in there and make it a little lobster mac and cheese? Is that acceptable?
You know what? Absolutely, because I feel like this recipe has so much, it's so moist that it would allow you to incorporate something else and not be dry. Just spoon this right over, and I see the milk starting to rise to the top, so I can almost see it at the top, which tells me that I am good to go to put it in the oven. And here we are with the finished products. And you can see those noodles on the top are just browned, and it is super yummy.
Now, Julie, important question. Is there anything special that you could do with that mac and cheese the day after, speaking of leftovers and things like that?
I also have a recipe where I take and I add a little bit of breadcrumbs and make almost like a mac and cheese ball, and then you deep fry them.
Before you go, could you take a bite of that mac and cheese and tell everybody how delicious it is?
This might be pretty hot, but we'll try it.
There you go.
It is super good. I can assure you this will be lunch at my house today.
And I can assure you that my wife is going to take that recipe and make it for Thanksgiving. Julie, thank you so much for sharing your time and your recipes with us. And guys, for the full recipe of Julie Chrisley's Southern Mac and Cheese, please head to usanetwork.com. Julie, tell the whole family we said happy holidays from DBL.
Thank you, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family.
You too. Thank you so much.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals. And earlier I showed Tori some amazing products at some incredible prices. So check it out on today's DBL Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com.
All right, the holidays are coming up. What do you have for us today, Steph?
First up, it's the 2-pack Extreme Sound Sidekick Bluetooth earbuds with virtual assistant. Ooh. So you can enjoy the freedom of being untethered while listening to your favorite music and podcasts. So normally these are $50. We've got them for $15 for 2. So you're saving 70%, and if that's not the perfect stocking filler, I don't know what is, Tori. And next, look at these. The Bib Home 6-piece Egyptian cotton towel sets. So you can indulge yourself in spa-like luxury, and they're so soft, 100% Egyptian cotton. And they're the ideal complement to any bathroom. So normally these are $89. We've got them for $29. Saving 67%.
Whoa, towels are so expensive.
I know.
That's a great price.
And now, this is the Stallion 18-piece glass food storage set. It's 9 glass containers with these awesome, look at this, locking lids.
Oh, yes.
And the smaller containers fit inside the larger ones. So for storage, it's so easy. You can save some space. So normally these are $55, but we've got them for $27. Kitchen must-have that's saving 51%.
And I'm so glad it's not plastic. I'm just so into getting the glass, and I love that price for that because it's expensive.
And then last but not least, it's the Jinsu Heavy Duty Everyday Blender with 1,000 watts of power. So it comes with a blender base and mixing jar. Whoa. So normally it's $80, which is pretty reasonable, right?
Yeah,
but
not
we've
bad.
got it for $29.
Oh my God.
Saving 64%, Tori.
Oh, all right, guys, head on over to morningsave.com to snag any of these amazing deals or all of them at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com right on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph.
Sweet, sweet deals, but more importantly, we're doing our accents in the break.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when Madonna got a British accent for no reason?
She did that thing that when people go overseas for a little while and come back, and now they got a really thick accent. It's like, dude, you're from Columbus.
If that would happen now, we'd lead the show with that.
Yes, she was lucky that happened before social media. There'd be some before and after postings.
All right, Steph, so you were practicing your Southern accent.
I can't do it. So I was like Texas, Tennessee, Nashville.
How about that
was
song
good.
that you were singing?
Oh, they were trying to make me sing, I can't do it.
Come on.
Wait, how do I say it in an accent?
You did it good in the break.
Horses in the back, Don't know the rest of the words.
She's doing like a 4-year-old Southerner.
Yeah,
that was good.
Macaroni and cheese, y'all, for dinner. I don't know what to say.
When you think of an American, what do you think of?
I think of Tony with the pizza from New York. What are you doing?
And when I think of British people, I just, hello, stuff. They just scream at each other the whole time.
Al's was the best, though.
I'd want to see your two characters in a car together. That would make me happy.
Coming up, maybe tomorrow. We'll see you guys then, same time, same place.